Hey everyone, here in the Stimhack League playing game 2 against erinrockabitch. This is my runner game here. He's playing HB, presumably Foodcoats. Playing as Valencia. This is DN's deck from Worlds. Got 3rd place. Everyone deserves a chance. That's the name of it. Peddler, Wild Side. We have a lot of draw. We have long-term money here. I think I'm going to keep this. See how it goes. I played this Valencia deck a few times. I really like how it works. I like the SMCs for Clot. I like the Atman, even though I haven't really used it to good effect yet. But it's pretty strong, and Valencia is one of my favorite IDs from a flavor perspective. So I'm very happy if I can find a deck that I actually enjoy playing with her. The DLR deck with Valencia is also a favorite of mine. So let's start our turn here, see what we can get. Let's hit this Peddler right away. We get Gamble, Liberated, Gamble. That's unfortunate that we lost 2 gambles, but this Liberated is quite good. We can actually set up mostly, let's draw. SMC, that's alright. Let's maybe get this Katie going. If this is Foodcoats, then Coats. Sorry, if this is Foodcoats, then we don't really have to worry about these things getting destroyed. He's not going to have tagging or tagging punishment outside of just being able to kill our resources, which would be bad. We want to protect them, but it's not something we have to worry about in the immediate thing. It's not an immediate threat. Let's draw. Plus greed is no good. Let's draw Clot. I don't think that's going to be any good. Let's drop this Wild Side, and we can hit Katie again. So I'm not sure what the game plan against Foodcoats is with this deck. I think I'm probably just going to try and bust up their remote server as much as I can. Like right now, we see this card go in there. We see 2 cards go in there. I want to get in there, and I want to bust it up. I'm not even 100% sure what's in there, but I kind of want to do it, and this Stimhack is actually the answer for that. So let's drop this SMC. And I think we're just going to go in. I'm going to Stimhack straight into server 1. Hopefully 10 credits will get us there to do the things we want to do. Yours is a Turing. It's going to be strength 5. Now, what's the best way for me to deal with this Turing? Probably David, right? So let's do that. Get our David, bust it up. And we can fly right in. And he reses Eve and Breaker. Okay. So we'll continue in. We're going to get rid of this Eve. Boosh. No money for you. Don't have enough for the Breaker, unfortunately, but there's nothing we can do about that. And we're done. We take a brain damage. We lost Liberated. That is sad. I would have really rather have kept that. We'll store more money on Katie. End our turn. But all in all, I feel like that's a productive turn. We kept him off money. And we managed to just immediately go in and start busting up his remote, which is kind of what I want to do. So what do we think this is? Is this a play? Is this maybe an Adonis with an Ash to make us run in twice, exhaust our David counters? I think something like that sounds pretty reasonable. So let's take our money off of Katie Jones, and we're going to go running into this server again. And it is an Ash. He's going to try to trace us out. So do we pay this trace or let it fire? We can pay 3 to get through this trace. This could be another Eve. If it is Eve, I pay 3 here, go down to 7. 3 to trash brings me down to 4, and I can't trash this Eve. What I can do is run again And with the bad publicity I'll get from the run, I'll have exactly enough to trash an Eve. And he rests as Adonis. It's not even Eve. So I would have, after trashing both of these and beating the trace this run, I would have just 1 credit left over. I don't know how big a deal that is. I'm a little broke here. Losing the Liberated hurt. I kind of want to get this other Liberator online. I think I really want to keep him off money. So I'm going to go ahead and pay 4 into this trace. I'm sorry, I'll be out of money. I was counting my money wrong here. But okay, what do we do? Let's say we don't beat it and we kill this Ash. We go down to 7, run again. We can kill this Adonis. We can even kill the Breaker Bay Grid. That brings us to 2 at the cost of a clip. So we're essentially saving 2 credits by running again and a David token. I think I'll just kill everything. Well, I can't kill the Breaker Bay Grid. So we actually save 4 credits and I get to kill this Breaker Bay. Okay, let's let it fire. We'll trash this Ash. We'll go again to get rid of this Adonis and this Breaker Bay Grid. I think this is alright. I really don't want HB to be on a lot of money. That's a pretty bad thing. Keeping them off money is better for us. And our hand is 4, not 5. So we discard the plus speed and the wild side. Both are dead, so no big deal. Installs in server 2, it's a Jackson. Okay. Installs in server 1, discards a card. I doubt that's an agenda. It might just be something that's not useful right now. I don't even know what this is. Excuse me. Well, let's set up a bit. We'll tap the Katie. We'll play out an SMC. SMC lets us trash David, so we have it in the heap. Get out of Clintonship. This is okay. Next turn, we'll probably tap Katie some more. Maybe take some credits. We need to get set up ourselves. I'd really love to see our chronotype. And what does that look like to you? Is that a scoring play? Looks like it could be, couldn't it? I think I'm going to let him get 1 out. Let's store some money, take some money. Clicking for credits is kind of miserable, but I don't know if there's a lot we can do about it. This cloud isn't good, I think. And it's just an Adonis. Okay. That's not so bad. We can potentially get in there and bust it up. I wonder what this upgrade is. It might be another Ash. Could be a Caprice. It's difficult to say, right? Oh, he installs another Ice. See a daily cast and a Katie. Do I want to run this turn? What ice do we think this is? It's probably something he can res, right? So maybe Eli, maybe Ichi. There's a lot of possibilities here. I think it might be an Ichi. I'm not terribly confident of that. I also kind of want to get rid of this Jackson. Let's run Jackson here. Force him to get rid of it before he can do too many good things with it. Yeah, let's see what he puts back. Polly, Adonis, and Eve. Ash. Shuffles Ash, Breaker Bay, and one card. Okay, maybe he did throw it away in the agenda. Could be a food. Maybe he doesn't want to score it yet. I think we set up for one more turn. And then we can go in and get rid of this Adonis and whatever this upgrade is. Probably another Ash. Could be the Caprice. If it's the Caprice, that's good. Except that it's going to be pricey for us to get into this server a lot. And he's starting to gain money, which is bad. But even though this Adonis is ticked halfway down, I still want to get rid of it. There's really no, like, too late to trash something, right? You have to still assess, like normal, whether it's in your best interest to go and get something or not. But even though this Adonis is halfway done, I still want to get in and trash it if that's something realistic in my game plan here. And I'm just not seeing a chronotype here. I'm curious what this is here in Server 3. Let's take our Katie money and take a poke here. See what we can see. It's a Victor 1. That's kind of interesting. Do I click this? What do I do for this here? I don't know if there's anything good for me to search for here. No, not really. Nothing really helps me here. Okay, well, while we have the bad publicity credit, go ahead and drop our liberated account. We'll click the brain damage and let it kick us out. We'll throw away these I've had worse. It's probably no good. And I think I'm just going to let that Adonis tick down. It's kind of unfortunate. But I'm not sure that there's anything you can do about it. Yeah, he's setting up that remote server. That's probably either Ash or Caprice as well. Oh yeah, for sure. This is kind of exactly what I didn't want to happen. We could try and Stimhack again. Not the most unreasonable play. Let's give it a shot. Drop a clone ship. Take this money. I'm going to do this here. Let's get in here. I want to bust up your remote, and I want to do it badly. First up is an Eli. Okay, well, we can't click through it, so we're going to get our Corroder out. Actually, we're going to get our Atman 4. That's probably pretty good in this matchup. Let's go ahead and do that. 4. Let's press on. We can clone chip out our SMC to get something else if we need to. Also get our David. There's various things we can do. So Atman 4 is pretty good in this matchup. Beats Eli's. With one Data Sucker, it can beat a Turing, for instance. Okay. Actually, it can't be Turing, I'm sorry. Atman's an AI. I always forget about the AI thing. Alright, let's get our David. I think this is worth it. It's only 3 credits. We can break it efficiently. Res is Breaker Bay to res Caprice, that's fine. So we're going to side game. Not quite how I want to do it, but what does he bid? It's kind of poor. It's bid 0. He spends 2. Very nice. I lost the parasite from the brain damage. I really didn't think he would bid 2 there. Using the parasite, that's good and bad. I would like the parasite in hand. I could use it to maybe slow roll this Victor. But we've taxed in quite a few credits for this server. And this is going to be an agenda. I'm almost certain. Still no chronotype for us. This is kind of sad. That's Peddler. Data Sucker. Turntable. I don't know what a good turntable is. It might be worth something in a later, but right now it's not worth much. I'm kind of curious about his hand. He's running his hand a shot. I can't get much for accesses here, but I can get something. We'll snipe something out of his hand. This is probably an agenda. He may have drawn one more. That is a wall of static. We have bad publicity money, so while we have it, we should do something. Either with this clone ship or with our Liberated. I don't know if I want the Liberated or not. Maybe the Data Sucker is better here. Maybe the Turntable is better. Let's grab the Liberated. And we'll just bounce off the static. This is probably an agenda. I'm not sure how much we can do about it. We're going to have to discard the 3. Is there something we want out? Get out this Scrubber. Oh, it's just an Eve. Alright. Well, I still want to get in there and bust up that Eve. And this was a Jackson all along. Okay. So this might be the turn he just sort of throws out agendas. I'm not sure. So he's playing the long game with us here. You can see we've gone through several turns. He's starting his 11th turn. Nobody scored anything. Could be all the agendas are still on the deck. I'm willing to bet there's at least 1 or 2 in HQ. That looks like a CVS, doesn't it? I mean, that would be my guess. So we can draw. We draw Blackmail. And a Gamble. The Gamble's nice. Still no chronotype. This is another game where I'm just losing click after click after click from my chronotype. We installed this wild side on turn 2, which means from turn 3 all the way up to now, turn 11. That's 3, 9. That's 9 turns where we've lost a click. We've lost 9 clicks from this wild side so far, because we just have not seen our chronotype. And that hurts. I kind of want to save cards at this point. Don't have a good way past this wall of static. I'm going to take out this Jackson. Everything kind of sucks right now. Don't have an effective way past these Turings. Except for this David. I can't remember if I have a second David in this deck or not. That sounds like something I should know. Shouldn't, doesn't it? Getting rid of the CVS would also be good. We could potentially do a big medium dig. Could try and do something like that. Get out a medium. Maybe get rid of his R&D ice, start digging on him. That seems okay. Let's play this gamble and let's test his R&D ice. Finally see a blackmail. Oh, it's an architect. Oh, baby. I thought about installing that mimic too. I know I didn't say it, but I thought about it earlier. Maybe before we run R&D, we should install the mimic just in case there's an architect there. I don't think there's anything we can do against this. Mimic's in hand, so we can't SMC it out even if we were to clone chip it. Yeah, this is gross. I'm going to just have to let this fire. Blech. See, it's my paid ability window. I've passed, it goes to you. Yeah, I think that's right. Basically, I have my ability window to use icebreakers. I've done all my actions. I pass to him. Shuffles in Adonis and Adonis. Just 2 cards. Still had an even there. Oh, wait, that was on purpose, yeah. Yeah, he left that on purpose so he can use the architect to install the E. That's fine. He installs in server 3 and he installs in server 3. Okay. Well, we've already let him fire this. We may as well press on. He's going to give us 1 access. And it's an accelerated beta test. Well, we get something for all our trouble. And that's nice, I suppose. Let's put this mimic down. I hate that this Eve is firing, but I can't see an effective way to get in. And this I'm going to get in there and destroy. I'm going to put this Yogg down, just blank this Victor, get in there, wreck this up. I'm not going to let him run 2 Eves simultaneously for sure. This Caprice server is nasty and I don't like it. Install something on R&D. Is that maybe a second CVS? Oh, he installs an ice over it too. Cover up the architect. Okay. I don't know what this is on R&D. I'm tempted to blackmail in. See if I can bust it up. But for now, Data Sucker's good. For now, we're going to take our cash. 7. 7's enough. Drop this Yogg. Hit up this server. Bust in. And we're just not going to let this go off. Take money off our scrubber. Dust that up. And get rid of the Breaker Bay while we're here. Throw out this useless Plascrete. 14 cards left in the stack. Still no Chronotype. Sadness personified. The server is just very taxing to us. Until we can get maybe 1 or 2 Data Suckers out. We have a mem strips, so our rig should be enough to cover 2 Data Suckers. Okay. Trashes the old ice, the Victor. Since it's been blanked by Yogg, install something new. And it's the final Jackson. Well, we're going to bust him up. Now is the time to get rid of him, I think. Turntable, another scrubber. Let's maybe take 2 off Liberated Run. It seems maybe okay. At the same time, I'm scared what's there. Maybe it's... maybe it's an Ichi. That would be really bad. We have no way to... Oh, we have Atman to deal with Ichi. What else could it be? Be a Turing. We have a David counter. Code gates are blanked. Strength 4 code gate. Maybe a... Well, we have Atman still. Yeah. I don't see anything particularly scary for what this ice could be. Let's try it out. See what we get. Maybe it's a wall of static. It's an Eli. We'll just bust through that. No big deal. And he shuffles with Jackson at last. We're going to finish because we are playing against HB. We're going to complete the run successfully. So he can't use any kind of nonsense like successful. He can't use any nonsense like successful demonstration on us. That would be bad. Don't want that to happen. So we're going to throw out this I've had worse. And what do we throw out otherwise? I think I want this turntable for the memory since this is going to be a long game. The scrubber is going to be very useful. This data sucker is going to be very useful. This black man is going to be very useful. This is a hard pick. I already have 1 sucker in the trash. I kind of want 2. Kind of want to save this clone chip too. I think it's going to be this scrubber. Still haven't seen a chronotype. It's now been 11, 12 turns. Yeah, I'm hungry. And he's rebuilding the server. This looks like another money server that I still want to keep him off of. Mem strips, no pancakes. This is miserable. Alright, let's get into this R&D here. Maybe I want to blackmail in this server even. Make sure I get in okay. We could even potentially do both. Let's take money. I really don't want him on money. Let's do server 3 first. We'll blackmail in. Get rid of that. Yeah, it's an Eve. Take our scrubber money. Trash the Eve. Trash the breakaway grid. We'll drop turntable. This Eve is probably just going to tick down at this point. I don't think there's much I can do about it. Kind of want to get into HQ as well. I need Corroder for that. Maybe a Parasite. I could data sucker it down. Have to hit Archives probably. I kind of want to do it. Kind of interested in what he's throwing away there. It might be more dead code gates. It's hard to say. Start a turn. There's another David. You could try and get in here, play some side games. Might want to save these though. Let's set up a little. I think we might just let this Eve tick down and then start worrying about how we're going to win this game after that. This blackmail I want to use, I'm not sure if I want to use it on the R&D or the HQ. I'm not sure which upgrade is more worrisome to me. There goes the Eve. Okay, so this is his scoring play here. And there it is, double advance. Is that a food? Might be a Vitruvius. I think it's time to find out, though. There's the pancakes, way too late. I let my money drop down, so this is actually going to be a hard break-in for me. I'm not even sure if I can do it, really. So I might just let him get this food, and then maybe we find something on R&D or something like that. But I really want all these cards in my hand, so I kind of want to play both. I'd really rather take more money or put more money on Katie. This might be a food. If it is, hopefully we can find another agenda. We can turntable it, and that'll be really good for us. Could be Vitruvius. Yeah, single advance Vitruvius. And he plays a hedge fund for money. Okay. Draw, we get Peddler and Corroder. Those are good cards. Let's get some money. Time to blackmail this R&D. We'll see what this upgrade is. Let's see a card first. It's a breakaway grid. Yeah, we'll take scrubber credits. Get rid of that. The upgrade is a Chrysium grid. Okay, that shuts off our medium, which I kind of want. Maybe. Yeah, I suppose let's trash it. Put money on Katie. We're going to draw the rest of our deck pretty soon. We can get rid of this pepper. So this might be a CVS. It could also theoretically be a Chrysium. We've only seen 4 influence so far. 3 Jacksons, 1 Chrysium. Oh, I'm sorry. The Caprice brings it up to 8. Presumably there's a second that brings it up to 12. So he's got 3 or 4 influence that's kind of floating around we don't know about. Solid in server 1. That's probably an agenda, I figure. Draw a daily cast and a parasite. Well, let's start this parasite on the all static. Let's take money from archives. Get a token. See, maybe we can get him to res this ice. Another Eli. Yeah, we'll pay it. Maybe there's an agenda in here. No. Throughout Helion Alpha test. Okay. We can drop these daily casts. So we'll draw the last 2 cards in our stack next turn. We'll probably score another agenda, which is probably really sad. We'll try running HQ. This might be a CVS. We could just bounce off this wall of static. That's okay. Resident Adonis in the remote. I'm inclined to think this is an agenda. I want to get rid of this Adonis too. I might have put myself too broke here. I'm not sure. We double advances, so that's a food, actually. Most likely. Which means I really want to get in there. Draw chronotype in medium. This chronotype is useless. Could try running HQ. I really think that might be... I think that's probably a CBS on the HQ. Maybe just run the remote. Pay 2 here. Yogg here. David here. Play a side game. Let's credit. Credit. Give it a shot. All right. Side game. What do we bid? You bid 2 last time. I might be overthinking it. Could be trying to leverage his economic advantage more. 2 maybe seems obvious. Let's go 1. He spins 0. He bluffed us. Well done. We'll throw out this chronotype and we'll throw out this medium. He's going to get a food, and this puts us in a terrible position. Now we have to respect anything that goes in any server as a potential scoring play. And we weren't even going to keep him off money. He has tons of money now. So we've actually done a relatively poor job on the things we wanted to do. We managed to hang in there for a while, but it's looking pretty bad now. Not quite sure what the best solution to this is. It might be drop medium, try and hit these R&D some. That might be my best bet. So let's set up for a turn. Drop this medium, drop a fresh David. Am I okay on memory? Yes, with the memberships I'm fine. Take a credit. Next turn we'll probably take Katie. Maybe run HQ. Maybe run the remote. But we're in a terrible spot, no doubt. Should have one more memory unit. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 regular things in my rig. Turntable gives me a spare. 1, 2 viruses. 1 spare from the memberships. So I expect an agenda to go into the remote. And we either play on that remote or we don't. Shocking revelations, I know. Either play on the remote or don't. He installs an ice there. And a new card, which is presumably the last agenda he needs. What do? Do we try and dig R&D? Do we try and push in the remote? I'm not going to have this much money. This daily cash just broke even. so it's probably not a great install. Okay, what gives us the best chance of winning? Well, we have presumably 4 agendas accounted for. Meaning there are, in Foodcoats, there should be 3, 6, 12, 18, 1, 2, 6 unaccounted for, I believe. I should really know this agenda thing by heart, but it's 6 from food, up to 12 from 3 Vitruvius, up to 18 from 3 beta test, and then 1 more somewhere. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 5 actually. 1, 2, 3, 4. Probably in an APD. So there's 4. It's like I can't do math. All of a sudden. So there's 9 total. 4 are accounted for. So there's 5 agendas we don't know about. I'm tempted to hit the hand, because if we steal anything, we can swap for this food. So let's try that. Even though we're pretty broke. We can't actually trash this upgrade, whatever it is. Might just be a CVS. Honestly, it's a CVS. I'm inclined to leave it. I don't think that's going to matter too much at this point. It's an assassin, and he reses a Caprice on the central, making this Caprice move. So the remote Caprice just died. Now I really don't know if I want to go in here or not. Is this really an agenda? I'm honestly not sure what to think. Well, we have to break both with David. Yeah, let's go ahead and break them both. Let's see if we can win a side game. I think he tries to tax us here, so we're going to bid 2. Ah, oh, he bid 1. Nicely done. Is that really an agenda? I gotta think about this. I'm gonna get some water while I do it. I don't think that's an agenda. Aaron has played pretty careful most of this game. He never pushed an agenda until he had the Caprice Nisei on the remote and saw us dip below a certain number of credits. So I don't think that he's going to get careless here. I think that's something else. I think that's meant to bait us out. Maybe an Adonis, maybe an Eve. 2 even in the trash, an unknown card is in the trash. Maybe it could be a CVS even, since this is a Caprice. I'm not sure. But I don't think it's an agenda, unless he's just been completely flooded. Which could explain the Caprice on HQ. If he felt like he was flooded, he might feel the need to cover up HQ with Caprice just in case. I don't know how many Wall of Static are played in Foodcoats. I think just the 1. So I don't know if I want to drop this corroder or not. I think I do. Maybe just as a precaution. So we're going to take from Katie. I'm going to drop our last card, the corroder. We are out of hand and stack. And I think this is an agenda, so we're going to go for it. And it is a wall of static. I guessed right. That makes me really think this is an agenda. And I should have exactly enough credits to do just enough. We'll David this. Press on. Clone chip out our final David. Throwing our old one in the bin. Break that. Let's see if it's an agenda. If we can swap it for that food, that would be wonderful. It's an NAPD. Oh, I'm so sad. I can't afford it. Oh no. It's the NAPD. Well, I can still get rid of this breaker grid for my scrubber credits. Well, he still shouldn't be able to score it, so we can potentially run it again next turn. But we're not going to have enough money. He has to advance it 5 times to score it, which I presume he's going to do. Yeah. Double advance. Alright, can we get in and steal this? If we credit, no, we're short. So that's not the play. What is the play? Pardon me for a second again. Thinking's overrated. So I guess the question is really... You wascally wabbit. So it's either give it a shot on R&D, give it a shot on HQ. And boy, none of that sounds good, huh? And we're so broke. I maybe have an idea. No, not really. Oh boy. Cred run doesn't get us there. If we don't have 4 to trash. Whatever. To steal. I'm sorry. In APV. Do we run HQ? Try and play a side game for our life? I really don't know. We run R&D. Who knows what kind of ice that could get rezzed. Could be another architect somewhere. Let's try HQ. Side game. What does he bid? What do we bid? Oh, you got us. He got us. He got us with the 0. I think so. Yep. Well, when you pull stuff like that, you can be proud of yourself. So credit run, get on another David, leaves us on 1 credit. That's an easy win. Just gotta go for the R&D here. No other choice. Ichi. Oh boy, we can't light any of this fire. I'm okay with him installing the card from Archives. So we're going to go with that. We can't let the final subroutine fire because he can pay into it, trace 4, and we take a. It'll give us a brain damage and we'll lose. So we'll break the R&D. We'll let him install from HQ or Archives because it almost certainly won't matter. It could matter. Example, if this costs 4, the install will matter, but we're grasping here. We just need to do something. He installs something from Archives into Server 3. I would have thought maybe installing the Caprice onto R&D, and you can make sure we don't win, but he would have gone away from that. So perhaps not. He couldn't have scored this then. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. I basically need a turntable, and it's an Adonis. Can't do anything with it. So we're not able to get there. I'm not sure what I do to play better here. Maybe I didn't calculate the mods properly. Maybe I should have dealt with this remote better. Maybe I could have saved up money to make this big turn to get in there. I did starve a lot with pancakes again. That's the second time this deck has done it to me. Maybe I could have pounded R&D a bit harder. I'm really not sure. I'll have to review the video myself to see what I could have done different. I like that I got rid of all those Jacksons relatively quick. I like that I kept them off money for as much as I did. I did like that I kept him off his money as much as I did. He finished the game with no money, which is, I think, is fairly impressive against HB, even though I am Valencia with the 1 scrubber. Yeah, I'll need to watch myself. Maybe have a player better than me critique it even, because I don't see a lot of errors here. Foodcoats is just very, very powerful. It's very strong, and I'm not sure what we do here. And Aaron is a very skilled player. It wasn't going to be an easy game no matter what. So it's difficult for me to say right now what I did wrong. If you see any glaring errors, please let me know about them in the comments. I'd like to hear others' opinions. But for now, I don't have much insight into this. I'll have to review it and see if I can find something there. Fun game. Excellent player. And I felt competitive, even though I only ended up with 2 points at the end, which I'm happy about. I'm happy that I was able to, that I felt like I put up a very good fight against a very skilled player. That gives me something of a boost of confidence, even though I lost, which I think is also kind of important, particularly if you're newer or something like that. It can feel like maybe you just lose time and time and time again. I've definitely felt like that myself in previous Stimhack leagues. But knowing that you're competitive is also, you should take confidence from that. If a player sits down and tells you, hey, look, maybe you only got the 2 points, maybe you didn't win, maybe you do lose a lot, but you're in all the games you play. If you get critique like that, where you're in all the games you play, that means you're still very skilled. And maybe a few things need tweaking here and there, but relative to those players, you definitely have some worth as a player, and it means they have to play very well to expect to win against you as well. So if you're in that sort of situation, like I found myself in for so long, and I still feel like I'm in sometimes, where maybe you just lose a lot of matches and you can't quite get there, keep at it. You know, if you're making them work, if you're making them try hard, if you're making them struggle to get the wins, it means you're pretty much right there. And maybe a few tweaks here and there will get you over that hump. And maybe people helping you out with that can do that for you. Thanks for watching, everyone.